everyone, my name is Sophie from Sophisticated Organization. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the Sophisticated Declutter. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link a playlist in the cards above where you can find the intro video and weeks 1 and weeks 2. But today we're talking about weeks 3 and weeks 4, and we're going to be working in the closet today. You guessed it. So with week 3 and week 4, I've divided the closet into two parts. Now, we're just talking about clothing at this point. Don't worry about accessories or shoes or other items yet. 3 and 4 are only clothing. So I've divided it by casual clothing and formal clothing. I did it that way because there are two different mentalities that I like to think of when looking at formal clothing versus casual clothing. Casual clothing you're likely wearing on a daily or weekly basis, whereas some formal clothing you're probably not wearing very often at all. Probably depending on your job, you may use some formal clothing a little bit more often than others, but there's still two different mentalities that I like to think of. That being said, if for some reason this doesn't connect with you and you don't want to divide your decluttering by formal and casual clothing, and you want to just use weeks 3 and weeks 4 to tackle all of your clothing at once, totally fine. If you have a different way that you can kind of divide things in your head, go for it. But you have weeks 3 and weeks 4 to finish decluttering all of your clothing in your closet. Like I said, with week 3, we're doing casual clothing. So what I would encourage you to do is pull everything out and take it out on your bed. I'm going to be listing some questions here that you can ask yourself as you're going through all of your casual clothing. They're great things to help you kind of think, is this something I really need, or is it something that I want to keep? Now, what I like to do after I've pulled all of my clothing out is to start with 3 main categories and 3 main piles. And you can use this technique throughout the decluttering journey and throughout the 6 months of the Sophisticated Declutter. But I'm going to start with a for sure keep pile. Those are the things that I wear all the time. I love the way they look on me. I love the way they feel, and I know I want to keep them. So that's my for sure keep pile. Then I can also initially identify things that I know I really don't wear, I really don't like, and I should probably get rid of. So that's going to be my pile to get rid of. And then everything in between is going to be a maybe. Once you're done with that, you're going to put all of the keep items back in your closet. Week 4 is going to be formal clothing. I saved all of my dresses and skirts and work pants and things like that. That felt like a formal category to me, but draw those lines however you want to. I'm going to do the same thing, pull everything out of the closet and start with that I know I want to keep pile, I know I want to get rid of pile, and everything else is a maybe. And I'm listing a few more things on the screen here that you can kind of work through to help you with that maybe pile. Now, you can even subcategorize, of course, within this formal category. When you talk about dresses, there are some dresses that I wear as sundresses all the time if I go out with friends, if I go to a casual brunch, something like that. Other ones would be dresses that I wear to a wedding. So think about the difference between those two things. If you are asking yourself, you know, have I worn it in the last 6 months? Well, maybe it's a dress that you like to wear to a wedding and you haven't gone to a wedding in the last 6 months. Maybe that's not a reasonable question, but if it is a dress that's more casual that you'd see yourself wearing to the grocery store and you haven't worn it in the past year, that probably means it's something that you can declutter. So think through those different questions. As we're going through all of our clothing, we finished our dresser last week. Weeks 3 and weeks 4, we've now done all of the clothing in the closet. We still have shoes and accessories and other items like that, but you probably have a very large pile of items that you want to get rid of. So you're going to go through and figure out what things you can donate, what things you can sell, and what things you should probably just throw away in the trash. I actually am going to share some tips about that on my Instagram, so if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure to do that. I'm at Sophisticated Organization over there as well. You're going to look at whether things are torn, if they're damaged in any way, what condition they're in, maybe the brand, and that will help you decide whether it's something you should get rid of, something that you should sell if it's something really high end and it might be worth your time, or something that you can just go ahead and donate. And when you're going through this process, every place that you're donating to, every place you're selling to has their own rules and instructions, so make sure to check with those different stores or different sites that you're selling to or donating to make sure what you're giving them fits their requirements. That's all for week 3 and week 4. You have 2 weeks to declutter all of your clothing in your closet. Good luck. This category is really difficult. Be kind to yourself, take your time, spread it out, or just get it all done at once, whatever works for you. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And until next time, I will see you guys later.